So we're still playing games here. They just started pounding again. Every 3 hours, it's the same thing. And I announced I'm going to make another video and they stopped. So this is what's going on here. They know what they're doing. They're lying. They're lying to the police. The police are lying and they have been here 4 times. So this is what just went on. They do this at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and around the clock. Upstairs, they've told me repeatedly no one lives up there. And there have been people up there repeatedly making noise, pounding, and doing this kind of harassment. There's people, this woman on the side repeatedly makes these false allegations, calling me mentally ill. She has repeatedly stood out here, slammed the door, made strange noises. This whole idea of haunted houses has been done repeatedly. Repeatedly. This is what I suffered throughout my marriage because my ex-husband was on second shift. So they'll get these people, they'll get neighbors, they'll get friends to pretend to make noises, odd sounds, and do this sort of stuff. The tenant that we had upstairs told me he worked for the FBI. So this is the kind of harassment you got. This is the kind of games they play. I announced that I would film again if they continued, and they stopped. So these people are liars. The leasing agent is lying because the super here has been lying. So they get these people to do this to people. Okay, so I sat here, I took out my phone, and I said I was going to film again. And this is what's going on. So this idea of haunted houses is a game these people play because this man who was our tenant that got very friendly with my ex-husband told us that he worked for the FBI. Okay, and this is what he was getting away with. They were taking insulation out of the walls. They were changing the wiring. They've done this in other places where they'll shut off your refrigerator. They'll pull wiring through the walls, the insulation. They'll do different things to harass you, whether it's shut off your refrigerator, plugs don't work. Right now it's freezing cold in here and the furnace isn't on, the heat isn't on. This has been ongoing. Now, when the police come, they pretend they don't know. They pretend you're making it up, and you have to take it up with the tenant association. I have taken it up with various agencies. I've made reports. I've filled out papers. I just posted on my posting about the Cernax in Broad Albin. That was a big game there. They vandalized my car. I went to small claims court. I've been to small claims court a couple times to get my security to go to court a number of times. And you don't get your security back. They continue to rip you off. These are the Ripoff rentals or the rental ripoffs here in upstate New York, and it's been done repeatedly. This is the fifth move around Washington Park, and all these studios pretty much function the same. And it's the same thing up in North Broad Albin. I was up there. They get together. They harass people. They want to run people out of the neighborhood. It was the same thing in Amsterdam. Part of this neighborhood watch. A man froze to death, pretty much kitty corner from the police station. They were involved in that, supposedly. They called security, supposedly. They called 911 or involved in that whole process with neighborhood watch, and this man froze to death. It could have been me that night. So this is ongoing targeted harassment by these extremists towards people trying to get housing in the community after they put you out of your own home. They force you out of your own home. I had neighbors that were involved in altercations. They repeatedly called the police. My neighbor on the other side, they beat him up. He ended up passing away. They continually have harassed me. They had assaulted me prior to when I reported domestic violence. They had assaulted me prior to that. At these parties, and they continue to harass. They continue to make threats. They continue to prevent you from housing. They continue to go to these extremist political meetings, and now we're being terrorized with the fact that they're either partnering with ICE or they're doing other nefarious things with individuals to terrorize people. It's not about haunted houses. It's not about anything you've done wrong. Certainly with me and my neighbors in Amsterdam, New York, they destroyed my home. And this is the same pattern that they did upstairs, or excuse me, up on the lake at my lake home, which he is supposedly a disabled housing inspector, and spent his time out there with the other neighbors on the other side that supposedly work for the police, harassing me, stealing my property, stealing my beach, stealing my driveway, and various other violence, various other violence, and so on and so forth, and which I have documented repeatedly. And this is what the police continue to do here. So this is ongoing. And once again, I said I'm gonna make a video, and they stopped all of a sudden. This is ongoing targeted harassment towards innocent people. Be safe out there, guys.